Welcome back, everybody. Some of you may remember a video I did on a $40 mechanical keyboard that looks a lot like this, but this one doesn't have RGB backlighting. Instead, it has DIY replaceable switches and is $11 cheaper. This is the Granvela MechanicalEagle Z-77 mechanical keyboard with DIY replaceable switches for $29. That is a mouthful, but of course I'll be giving one away. All you got to do to win is 1, subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell, 2, like the video, and 3, comment something interesting down below. And when the video reaches 5,000 likes, I'll announce the winner in a comment down below. Okay, so that was a lot all at once in the intro. Let's start with an overview. Take a look at the build quality and stuff. We got that stealth black look with the metal. There's a little badge up top for the MechanicalEagle. It actually looks pretty stealthy and cool. Around back, we have raised feet with rubber bottoms. Very good to see. Good job. And a regular rubber cable. In terms of build quality, we're working with an aluminum top plate, which is great to see, with a plastic body, which is just about what you'd expect. In terms of layout, it's a perfectly normal layout for a 10 keyless keyboard, which is phenomenal, way not to mess anything up. And in terms of keycaps, we're looking at some very basic ABS keycaps. Now the font on these isn't annoying, it's not gamer-esque or anything, it's very just plain font, and I like that a lot. However, they're doing this weird thing with underlining under certain keys that I don't really understand. I think looks kind of dumb, but you know, to each their own, I guess. Moving on to the LEDs, as I mentioned earlier, the other keyboard I checked out did have LEDs. This one does not have any LEDs. However, there is also an option with the DIY replaceable switches with LEDs for like $10 more. There's a lot of models here to like keep straight and stuff. This is the cheapest one, and that's why I'm looking at this one, because it's only $29, but there are a lot of options. You can go check it out with the link down below. So that brings us on to switches. So the switches that come in here by default are the Outemu blue switches, which is just another Cherry MX clone brand. They work fine and they feel like blue switches, which feel pretty amazing, at least in my opinion. But that's where we get into the DIY replaceable switches. What does that even mean? Well, it means that you can take a keycap off, take the bag of goodies they include in the box, and you'll see you have the regular keycap holder, of course, but we don't really need that for these keys. They're easy to just take off. But they also include this metal, sort of weird looking keycap puller type thing. Not a keycap puller. What you actually use it for is you reach under the switch, you pinch, and you pull up, and the entire switch comes out. And then you can take a replaceable switch. For some reason, they included the same switch as the replacement switches. That makes no sense. But you can take a replacement switch, you plop it right in, and then you can just put the keycap back on, and you have a different switch under there. So essentially what that allows you to do is choose which switches you have in different areas. So you could put red switches for all the letter keys, so you type on reds, and then you could put blue switches for the number keys and the arrows if that's what you want. You could put red for the WASD for gaming and blue everywhere else. It just gives you a whole nother level of customizability to really make your keyboard your own mechanical keyboard. And of course, what type of MS Tech video would this be without a typing test? So I've loaded up a type racer, the mic is facing the keyboard, and I am typing in 1 second. (120 words per minute. MS Tech seal of approval. My average is 100 words per minute, and I'm pretty good with the MX Blue switches, so good stuff there. Alright, and finally, a little bit of a conclusion. So $29 for any mechanical keyboard is a very good price. If backlighting is not a priority, then this is a great keyboard regardless of the DIY replaceable switches. That probably only applies to like 2 or 3% of the people buying this keyboard, because that's a very specific niche. Only some people are actually going to go out and buy switches and replace them in these certain areas. So just as a $29 mechanical keyboard without backlighting, this actually is a really good option. And if you want to use the DIY replaceable switches, then this is probably the best option that you could buy. That's about it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to see more content. And as always,